Hey there, Universe Hub family. Welcome back to another exciting deep dive into the mysteries of the world around us. Now, imagine this. In the year 2973, the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine was awarded to a groundbreaking field in biology, ethology, the study of animal behavior. The prize went to three brilliant minds, Nicolaus Tinbergen, Konrad Lorenz, and Carl von Frisch, the fathers of modern ethology. These legends changed the way we see the minds of animals, but today, I want to focus on just one of them, Carl von Frisch and his extraordinary findings. And trust me, what I'm about to share with you is far beyond the hexagonal honeycomb that most people are fascinated by. In fact, that's probably the most ordinary thing about bees. But what if I told you that there's a dance, a language, that could revolutionize our understanding of how democracy works? Intrigued? Let's jump in. Okay, so let's talk about bees for a moment. You might already know that bees live in highly organized colonies, where they share a strict division of labor. Worker bees, depending on their age, start with tasks inside the hive and gradually move on to becoming foragers, gathering nectar, pollen, and water from the outside world. But here's the kicker, when they go out to find those resources, they have no clue where to go, right? So, how do they find those perfect flowers? Imagine this, you're a foraging bee, you leave the hive at dawn, and you're tasked with finding the most luscious flowers with the sweetest nectar. But you have no idea where to start. If you had to guess, you'd probably end up flying aimlessly, hoping to stumble upon something. That's a lot of effort for a little reward. Wouldn't it be easier if another bee could just tell you where to go? Well, guess what? Bees have developed a language to communicate this exact information. It's called the waggle dance. When a forager bee finds a great source of nectar, she returns to the hive and performs a series of movements that tell her fellow bees exactly where to fly. The dance includes a specific pattern of waggling her body and flying in a straight line, then turning in a half circle and repeating the dance. Let me break this down. The direction of the dance tells the other bees the angle at which they need to fly relative to the sun, while the duration of the waggle gives them the distance to travel. So, if a bee waggles for 1 second, that's about 750 meters, 2 seconds equals around 1.5 kilometers, and so on. Mind-blowing, right? But here's the real kicker. Even though the bees are in complete darkness inside the hive, they use gravity to orient themselves. They feel the direction they need to fly by sensing gravity's pull, which helps them align their waggle dance precisely with the sun's position in the sky. This means bees have an incredibly sophisticated understanding of spatial orientation and direction, and they do it all without a compass. But wait, there's more. It's not just about finding food. When a hive gets overcrowded, the bees must decide where to go next. They need to choose a new home. How do they make this decision? Through more dancing, that's right. When scouts find potential new locations, they return to the hive and do the dance, just like the foragers do for food. But here's where it gets really interesting. Bees don't just follow the first bee they see. They debate. Yes, you heard me right. They each perform the dance, and the rest of the colony watches, evaluates, and gradually forms a consensus. The more convincing the dance, the more followers it gains. It's like a democracy in action, but in the insect world. So here's the lesson. Bees don't have a queen making all the decisions. They operate more like a democracy, where each bee has a say in the decision-making process. The best location wins, based on the collective vote of the colony. If some scouts mislead the others with bad information, that location is quickly dismissed because it doesn't help the colony survive. Isn't this incredible? Evolution has shaped these tiny creatures into a model of collective intelligence and cooperation. And the best part, their success is built on honesty, a core principle that ensures the survival of the entire colony. Now that you know about the bees' democratic dance, I hope you look at these incredible insects with a new perspective. The next time you spot a bee, remember that they're not just buzzing around aimlessly, they're communicating, making decisions, and collaborating for the survival of their community. Pretty inspiring, huh? Thanks for watching, everyone. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Universe Hub for more amazing science content, and share this video with your friends. As always, keep questioning, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious, stay awesome.